It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and Krista is the absolute worst hero in the game. Mostly kidding. Mostly kidding. Let me explain. Let me talk about it. So this is going to be my tier list discussion video for the hero Krista. She is a fantastic hero, one half of the twins, the quote unquote twins, and probably one of the most commonly seen second line heroes in all of Hero Wars and Hero Wars Mobile. So let's talk about my tier list real quick, and let me explain why. So I'm going to go ahead and say that Krista, Krista is a stop sign tier hero, right? You need to build a team around her. You absolutely have to build a team around her in order for her to be effective. But when you do, she is amazing, right? The team as a whole is amazing. By herself, however, she is a dead battery tier hero, in my opinion. She just does not do much unless Lars is in the team. So build a team around this hero. Doesn't bring utility to every team. That's just how it is. So let's talk about it. Now that you guys are all upset with me about the clickbaity title, let me talk about it. Let me work through it. So Krista is a mage. Her main stat is intelligence, and she fights in the middle line. This is usually in the second position, often in the first position if you're going tankless, and that is a strategy to go tankless with Krista as the tank. She has a set of skills that lend themselves to being a combo hero with Lars, with the hero Lars, which we haven't done a video directly about, but we've talked about combos with Lars and teams with Lars. So Icy Vengeance deals damage in an area. Okay, 25% magic attack modifier, not huge, just a plain old damage dealing ability. To kind of put this in perspective with other damage dealing mages, Kai, the hero Kai, which you almost never see, anywhere, his magic attack modifier is 45%. So basically half the damage that Kai does, Krista does. And Kai has Kai has magic penetration. Krista doesn't. All right, we'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. Green ability, Chance of Frost. Krista hits the enemies in the center of an enemy's team, temporarily reducing their magic defense. Great. And applying a mark of water to them. Who cares? So reducing an enemy's magic defense is pretty special. It's pretty special. You can see here that the modifier is 5% of magic attack plus a stat, and obviously the chance to apply the watermark is lowered based on the level. Now, watermarks are important to Lars, not to Krista. Okay, so Krista by herself does not benefit from watermarks whatsoever. Now, this is a much greater reduction in magic defense as opposed to a hero like Qing Mao, which reduces the enemy's armor. So this ability is good overall if you're using a magic attack team. However, a lot of the effect is wasted because of the Mark of Water modifier on this ability. It would be much stronger if not for the Mark of Water effect. The blue ability, Frozen Needles, this is an okay ability. Freezes the ground under the feet of an enemy's team, filling the zone with ice thorns. Any movement through the area deals damage to enemies. When the thorns melt, all heroes standing on them get a Mark of Water. So this is a very low damaging area of effect skill. Again, other heroes have much better area of effect damaging skills, especially their non-activated ones. This is only a 12% magic attack modifier, and you can see any movement through the area deals damage to enemies. Now, why is this important? Well, again, Lars has an ultimate that sucks all enemies to the back line, and then they have to basically walk back into position. And when they walk back into position, they're walking across these frozen needles, dealing damage and getting that watermark applied with the second half of this ability. So again, Krista does not benefit from watermarks at all. Does not. The damage output of this ability is very low. In order for heroes to move at all, you have to have another hero on your team to force them to move, like Lars that pushes them all back, or maybe Maya would work. I don't know. But this is a very weak ability, if not for the ability to add the Mark of Water, which again only helps Lars. Nobody else in the game. And finally, the Violet ability is our tanky ability. When in danger of taking major damage, Krista summons an icy block that protects the caster for 2 seconds. partially absorbing any incoming damage. So this is basically a nice little, invulnerability that she gets. Takes her out of the fight for 2 seconds, and she does nothing but sit there in a block of ice. Helps her stay alive, sure, and lets her do more damage longer into the fight. So to recap, we have her ultimate, which is an area of effect damage that's on the low end for damage dealers, does not have her own magic penetration. We have a magic debuff, which is okay. Magic debuffs are good. That does okay magic debuff, as opposed to other comparable heroes like Qingmao that does, armor debuff. Applies watermarks that doesn't matter to Krista, matters to Lars. We have Frozen Needles, which does very little damage. Applies watermarks, which doesn't matter to Krista. It applies to Lars. And then we have an ability that doesn't do any damage at all, that basically just lets her stay alive. Now, what utility does she bring to any team aside from a Lars team? None. So let's talk about her skins. She just got a 4th skin on Facebook. She's about to get a new skin on mobile, which is the reason why I'm doing all of these twins videos. We have her default skin, which is intelligence. We have her masquerade skin, which is kind of a fun skin, magic attack. We have the devil skin, which is armor. And then finally, we have the new cybernetic skin, which is health. And in my opinion, the cybernetic skin is the coolest looking skin that she has. I love the cybernetic skins. I'm not really a huge fan of the devil skin or the masquerade skin whatsoever. If I didn't have the cybernetic skin, I would just use the default skin. But the order that you need to level these skins is actually a little different than what you would normally level if you were a magic damage dealer. You should level intelligence first. And I'll tell you why in just a second. Intelligence, magic attack, health, and armor. If Krista was by herself without Lars, then you need to level magic attack first. Absolutely just like any other damage dealer in the game. However, if you're in a team with Lars, which Krista should be, then you need to level her intelligence, skin, and glyph, and I'll talk about that in a second, first. The reason for that, one of the big counters to the twins is Cornelius, and Cornelius will target the hero with the highest intelligence. So you need to keep Krista's intelligence higher than Lars to protect Lars. So again, we have a design decision based on protecting another hero, which is it's fine. It's fine. They're designed to go well together, but individually, you don't see Krista. You always see her with Lars. Glyphs: intelligence, magic attack, health, armor, magic defense. The bottom 3, health, armor, magic defense, you could probably level up in any order. I would say probably start with health. Armor is probably the better of the two between armor and magic defense, given that most heroes in the game's basic attacks are physical damage. So I would probably do health, armor, and magic defense on the back end. If you're leveling Krista in your team without Lars, then swap these two at the top. Magic attack first, and then intelligence. Maybe you're using another hero for magic penetration. Maybe you're using Orion with Krista. I'm not sure why you would, but if you did that, then magic attack first and then intelligence. But until then, you gotta level that intelligence stat first. Got to get that high as you can. Artifacts. We have Permafrost Flail, cool looking weapon there, plus magic attack to the whole team. We have Tomb of Arcane Knowledge, magic attack, and health, and then her ring, which is intelligence ring, of course, being an intelligence hero, is an intelligence ring. I'm not sure what point I was trying to make there. So again, let's talk about my tiers. And while I'm talking through this, why don't you guys read through it a little bit? Let me know what you guys think about the different tiers. Funny names aside, people have been giving me nothing but positive feedback. Some of the more veteran players of the game don't really like this tier list because it's more of a it doesn't really tell a lot of the story. But in my argument, some of the the S tier through F tier lists don't really tell much of a story either. And again, I've placed Krista in the stop sign tier because you have to build a team around her, and that team has to be Lars. If Lars didn't exist, obviously Krista's abilities would be different. Right? So she's in stop sign tier with an asterisk. You absolutely will not. You absolutely should not. You absolutely cannot play Krista in your team without Lars. Okay? I'm very hesitant to not just dump her in a dead battery. A lot of you would be upset. But so that's my official take on Krista as a hero. I think that you really need to be careful when you're building teams. Take into consideration all the factors on your server. Everybody's server is a little different. Mobile, Facebook is a little different. Web is even a little different. But to me, this is one of the absolutes in this game. This is completely factual. This is completely objective. There's no opinion about it. Krista is terrible without Lars. Terrible. Worse than Peppy Cleaver. Worse than, Kark Face. Worse than Kark Kai. Right? So I hope the title wasn't too clickbaity. So if you guys disagree, if you guys think that she is not really bad, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to debate with you. Jump in the Discord. We can chat about it. Whatever you need to do. On screen, I'll have a couple of videos posted about previous videos that I've done this week. Team combo video with Lars and Krista and the team ideas with Lars and Krista. So check those videos out. If you do watch them, I'll see you there. If you don't, I love you anyway. Good luck in Dominion.